All right, everyone, buckle up. We're diving deep into a film that's got everyone talking and honestly, giving some chills down the spine. Woman of the Hour.
Yeah, this one's got a real grip on viewers right now.
#1 on Netflix. Can you believe it?
That's surprising, really, when you consider the whole true crime angle and the fact that it actually happened.
Exactly. We're talking Rodney Alcala, convicted murderer, winning a date on the dating game back in 1978.
Wild, right?
Talk about your worst nightmare. And what's crazy is this film doesn't just rehash the headlines. We're going behind the scenes today using insights from IMDb critics to unpack how Woman of the Hour gets under your skin.
It's more than just a thriller, that's for sure.
Way more. It's a look at the whole societal landscape of the 70s, especially for women trying to make it in Hollywood.
Which, let's be honest, wasn't exactly a walk in the park back then.
Understatement. And that's where our deep dive begins, folks. So, Woman of the Hour. Anna Kendrick, she's not just starring, she's directing. And playing Cheryl, this aspiring actress who, well, picks Alcala on the show.
Talk about bad luck, right?
Who said it? But the film does this amazing job of contrasting the glitz and glam of the game show world with the very real dangers women faced, especially in the entertainment industry.
That car park scene, for example. After Cheryl meets Alcala on the show.
Oh man, that scene. So intense. Kendrick's directing is phenomenal, building this really creepy vibe. You know something's off.
Absolutely. And we can't forget Daniel Zavato playing Alcala. Talk about a chilling performance.
He's got that whole charming but creepy thing down pat.
Yeah, you see why he fooled people, but there's this underlying darkness. Menacing, even.
Totally. Speaking of menacing, that opening scene with Alcala and the victim, wow, talk about setting the tone.
Brutal. And that contrast, right? The stark reality versus the bright lights and big smiles of the game show.
Exactly. And that plays into this whole theme of appearances versus reality, which Woman of the Hour nails. Even the title has a double meaning. On one hand, it's about this woman trying to seize her moment, but then there's this darker side.
The expectations placed on women back then, the pressure to fit into this mold, and how their actual experiences, their fears, were just brushed aside.
Totally. Like when Alcala says, and I'm quoting here, everyone's risky, it's like, ugh, chills. He's basically admitting he sees everyone as a target.
And that's the scary part. He's using this charm, this persona, to manipulate people, to prey on them.
But here's the thing, the film isn't all doom and gloom. There's this dark humor sprinkled throughout that's almost like a release valve for the audience.
Definitely. Dark humor done right.
Right. Like that line about trying to find a guy in town who isn't a maniac. So funny, but also not funny at all.
It's like the film is forcing us to confront this unsettling truth about the time. Makes you think, huh.
Big time. And Kendrick, she deserves major props for directing this thing. We're used to seeing her in these fun, lighthearted roles.
This is definitely a departure, a bold move.
And she absolutely crushes it. As a director, as an actress, Woman of the Hour is a must-watch, folks.
Just maybe keep the lights on.